All right. I didn't know we had to move the clock forward. I never know. I never pay attention, and I just go with the flow. My phone does it automatically, I think. So it's a nice snowstorm out there for daylight. Is it daylight savings time or is it the opposite of that? I don't know. Just before I turned this camera on, I was like thinking, okay, I have another video to do of a situation I'm in today. And then I was checking what I wanted to do a video of before. And you know, I'm going to combine it both into one because it leaves for more content and I could talk more, and it's all related anyways, kind of. It has to do with well, a sex date, using the apps, and I'm gonna interject when people ask for photos of you. So it's all kind of those things combined. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm tired, yes. So yeah, I had a sex date yesterday, but I mean it was great. Risky. I won't get into that. But how do I say this? I mean, back in the day, this is just me analyzing how I deal with relationships and sex and all that stuff, because it's kind of what I'm working on. If you don't know, I mean, usually once or twice sex with someone who could be extremely hot. If there's no connection, I'm over it, you know. So what can that be said? Could that be said that I idealize people, then I devalue them quickly? Possibly, yeah, you know. I need to have some sort of connection. But, I mean, it was great, you know, and I told him, you know, we were talking about going to the gym, and, you know, my gym is too expensive for a day pass, and he's obviously not from here. And there was a gym that he can go to for free, which is near my place. But anyways, that we'd hook up later tonight, because he started chasing after me after I was chasing after him, which doesn't happen that often, so I don't know if it throws me off or whatever, but then he messages me this morning and saying, oh, he's laying in his bed naked, and I'm like, well, I'm still recovering. I'm going to the gym because that's my main priority, and also because, well, first of all, he's in an open relationship, so he's not even in the territory of whatever. Back in the day, I would have been more, you know, I would have probably said, oh, well, you have a boyfriend and all that. And I thought about it yesterday, you know, thinking that, you know, he would, you know, come to me, pick me. But now, no, I held back on that, and not so much. I slept over it, and now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go afterwards. It's weird, because there's no potential. It's just a wham bam, thank you ma'am type thing. So I don't know where I'm at with that in terms of, is it me, is it the situation, is it him, is it, you know, it is just a sexual relationship. It's not even a relationship, it was just sex. But he had asked for photos, and I said all my photos on my Instagram, you know, and I don't have any X-rated photos. I don't take X-rated photos of myself, and that's it. And there's a lot of people who collect pictures, and I just don't deal with that. And if someone asks for that, and then they're not satisfied with what's on my Instagram, then, you know, that kind of gets them out of the category anyways. So I've gotten better over the years, but I don't know. I'm just getting stuff. I know that back in the day, I probably would have forfeited the gym and ran to this person. So I know that's an improvement. But I know logically there's nothing more than what it is. And is it because he's chasing after me now that I'm turned off? Because I went for the chase, and now it's like, ugh, that's pretty narcissistic, you know, going on to the next conquest. Or is it because there's someone else on the app? I just sent a message, but he didn't answer. And he seemed more regular. He was looking for a relationship, but I didn't chat with him. He didn't respond back. But is it because I'm looking for something that's more of a relationship? I don't know. I really don't know. Even the guy, the one who I just saw, who's looking for a relationship, I don't know, his profile is pretty boring, so I don't know what to make of that. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not into the photo sharing. You know, I have one photo. A lot of people, on the apps, they'll unlock all their other photos because they're trying to push it, you know, when they're more interested. And I don't have anything on my app, you know, except for my Instagram. And I don't know what to make of it in terms of anything. That's kind of where I'm working on myself. If do I need the validation? Is it just a chase? Is it just... I don't know. I don't know. And my therapist brought it up, and he doesn't know either. It's like, that's what we're trying to figure it out, you know. Now I'm realizing that what things are more narcissistic than borderline, you know, because it's kind of intertwined, but yeah. The main thing is, can I be okay if someone doesn't validate me, type thing. So sometimes yes, sometimes no, and I don't know when or why, you know. Obviously I go to the gym for some validation there, even though I keep to myself. But also I like it, and I like the fact that I'm taking care of myself, and it keeps me in a good headspace. And then I'm working on, you know, my Instagram at the same time. So I'm doing work to try to build what I want to do online. So I don't know. This is all where my reflection has to be. And you know, people give their comments, and people have in the past. But I guess in essence, it's the work I gotta do to find out what the real situation is. People could say what they want to say, and even the therapist can say what he wants to say. In my last video, I think I mentioned that the therapy is supposed to be a laboratory. I'm starting to understand it more. It's supposed to be a laboratory for real life, how you deal with it. Now, it might not, I find that it's not that yet. So it's either because I'm going there and I don't feel anything, or I'm being very rational about it and not emotional, or that there's no issue. You know what I mean? And I don't know that either. So it's like it's a relationship, but I don't feel bad about my therapist. I don't want to drop him. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Whereas with other relationships, I want to drop or push people away. So it hasn't got to the point at the therapist relationship where I want to avoid him and, you know, do this, that I feel the way that I feel in other potential relationships. And I don't know why. Possibly because I feel safe there. Possibly. Maybe that's a narcissistic thing, that they need to feel safe so they can stay or whatever. So, I don't know. But I realize that, you know, things he says, it's just, it gets me thinking, but he doesn't have the answers either. So it's not a good thing to let him, what he says, be all of who I am, because he doesn't even know. So being aware of that, so we're both trying to figure out more me, because it's my work, what the situation is, so then we could find out how to deal with it. You know, why I push people away, why I don't have any friends, why this is what happens, that if someone says something and I've already opened up, or not even, sometimes it depends, but then I shut back down. That's very narcissistic, where it's like, okay, is it because they said something that kind of shattered my whole image of being perfect? You know what I mean? Or, you know, is it because I'm afraid of the confrontation, or whatever? Adding to that is that I don't say certain things. So if something is bothering me, sometimes I'll do it with my actions, and I'll see how the other person acts, and then I'll kind of follow suit. I forget the example I was using, but I won't take the person and say, excuse me, you got a minute to talk, and then I'll tell them, I won't, you know, say this bothered me, whatever. I don't know how to do that. And also what I don't know how to do, and this is because of my father, because it was very easy to manipulate my father, because I know, for one example, he would say, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, especially bring an animal into the house. I had then worked for a cat breeder, a Persian cat breeder, and I got a free Persian cat out of it, and I brought him home. Well, we thought it was a her first. On the birth certificate it said her, but it was a he, trust me. And then after a little kerfuffle, he accepted it and started taking care of it. And then I was like, fuck it, you take care of it. You know? So stuff like that happened often, where I learned that, okay, there is no, you have your boundaries, but you don't enforce them, or your rules. You just get violent and angry, this is my father, and start hitting. And that's kind of what I learned. I don't hit anymore, but it could be passive aggressive to people, or punishing to myself. So that being said, I'm not good at, if I set a boundary, even with clients, and then it comes up and you have to reinforce it, sometimes I don't, and I justify it, and that's kind of where I go wrong, and then it ends up going downhill from there on the most part. And there's like no communication, whereas a relationship is supposed to be where you confront things and then you work on a way to deal with it, and then it makes the relationship stronger and deeper. So I haven't had that really. Haven't had it at all. I mean, there's one guy I've been off and on seeing for like over 20 years. I mean, now we're in contact, but I don't have any. I know it's not a relationship, and there's no communication. It can go like a year without talking, either on my part or whatever. And it's too dysfunctional, you know? That's kind of how my parents were. It was so violent and dysfunctional, but they stayed together. There was no communication really. And that's how I learned. So, I know this is a long babble, but I thought I would do it all in one video instead of chopping up different videos, because it makes for me talking more and getting things out. And I don't know what I'm going to title this, but I'll figure something out. And yeah. So I guess you'll know as soon as I know what the deal is with my reactions, my situations and relationships, and being able to get closer to people, you know, in a healthy way, you know. So that's it. I gotta finish getting ready and I'm off to the gym.